Okay, so that's an intro that not many of you have seen, and it's definitely trash. So I'm not going to keep using the same beginning part of the last videos in this entire series. That's just a little bit lazy, but I will repeat some of the info to get everybody else back up to speed. Basically, Payday 2 is being updated again. I'm making up-to-date builds for all 21 perk decks. Holy shit. This is video number 3. Dodge and grinder builds were 1 and 2, and both linked in the description. These are all death sentence 1 down difficulty builds. Playing less than that and you're a pussy. Each build will have some crossovers, or will have Inspire and 9 lives aced. Painkiller's aced is not better than Quick's fixed aced. Facts. Each build will be using max infamy with a video on screen and linked in the description. Going to try and use some different weapons to accentuate the builds and make them fun. Not every build will have the ISMA shotgun, even though I would like them to. All builds will have been tested for at least 2 minutes in order to validate my claims. I will give some playstyle ideas and some map suggestions where the build may find you more success. Click like if you like this video and subscribe if you are new. Today we're going into the territory of high armor and what is a lot of people's favorite for loud builds, Anarchist. Not entirely sure why I did that. An anarchist is a person who believes in or tries to bring about anarchy, a state of disorder due to the absence or non-recognition of authority. You have to ask yourself, is that you? Introduced back in 2014 with the Sydney Character Pack DLC, this is an interesting take on heavy armor. It essentially makes you a big turtle, or maybe an egg, or even a bone. Either way, it creates a dynamic where you are hard on the outside and soft on the inside. It does this by converting 50% of your health statistics into armor. So essentially, the more health we can increase, the more we are increasing our armor. The downside to this is that armor regeneration isn't the same as it normally is, and doesn't all come back at once, but instead creeps back in increments. The speed and increments are determined by the damage you deal along with the type of armor you are wearing. Confused? Try not to be. Put simply, the lower the armor you wear, the faster your armor returns, and the higher is the slower. Really, it's a trade-off between the amount of armor and how fast it regenerates. Phew, thank God that's all out the way. Oh, and let's not forget an extremely important part of the Anarchist perk deck. Once your armor fully breaks, you have 2 seconds of invincibility, so enjoy that. For my armor choice, I will be going for the lightweight ballistic vest. Now, at first, I questioned if this was the right choice. After all, I wanted the armor that will come back the fastest. Instead of looking at guides and reading everything or other people's opinions, I decided to just get in-game and test it. What I found is that the armor recovery comes back at the exact same speed, literally down to the frame, between both the suit and the lightweight ballistic vest. Knowing this, I quickly changed my mind from the suit being the best to the lightweight ballistic vest being the best. The amount of armor difference is actually staggering. The most I could get with the suit was 205.4, but with the lightweight ballistic vest, I got 270.4, a 31% increase over the suit, all with the same speed of armor regeneration. Seems like a no-brainer when you think about it. The only brainer you have to contend with here is if you want to go with an even heavier armor, which does in fact impact the slower regen of the armor. It is possible to make a build where dodge is a factor, with the max being 15 and 25 while sprinting, but to me that's too nominal of an amount and not worth the weapon limitations and skill points to sacrifice to get it. Weapon choice this time around, I'll be opting for an LMG primary and a grenade launcher secondary. I mainly equip my LMG for any kind of damage, stability and accuracy, and it looks like this. The grenade launcher simply modded with incendiary rounds, as the damage over time helps nicely with the armor recovery of Anarchist. Melee is of course up to you. I just like the knuckles, as you can freeze oncoming cloakers as they charge you. Doctor bag as a deployable as usual, and concussions for throwable. Definitely my favorite, particularly for doing objectives in the game. For the skills, we are looking to increase our health and armor, but forget about skills that increase our armor recovery rate. These are null and void for Anarchist. This does not apply to the bullseye perk, which we will talk about in a second. In Mastermind, we take Quick's fixed aced, combat Doctor aced, and an Inspire ace to simply be able to yell at your down teammates to get them back up, essential on this difficulty. An Enforcer, Resilience ace for flashbang help, Transporter basic for bag throwing, Die Hard ace for damage reduction when interacting, but more importantly, increasing our ballistic vest armor by 20 points. Then it's Bullseye ace. This one is important as you get 25 armor back for landing a headshot. This can seriously help you keep your armor, or at least get you some, and speed up the regen that is slow with this perk deck. Lastly, we take Iron Man basic for 30% armor increase. Next is a Technician infantry. And finally, we take some skills in here. Steady grip ace for 8 accuracy and 16 more stability. Remember, stability is recoil and accuracy is bullet spread, and lock and load to be able to run and fire from the hip. Now we take some heavy hitters. Surefire ace, we get 15 more bullets in our mag and the ability to pierce enemy armor with our shots. This is important as on higher difficulties, most enemies will wear body armor. For body expertise, there's some thinking required. We all know that getting a headshot does more damage to the enemy than a body shot. What this skill does is apply a certain percentage of that multiplied damage to the body shots, 90% when aced actually. For example, regular enemies when playing on death sentence have a 3 times headshot multiplier, so your weapon does 3 times more damage when you hit their head than if you hit their body. Body expertise will apply 90% of that headshot multiplier to a body shot. Now you could argue that if all you get is headshots, then you don't need this skill, but if you're like me and can't aim for shit, it helps a lot, because I'm hitting these bitches all over the place. Okay, next. In Ghost, just duck and cover basic along with perk or basic for stamina and movement skills. Second wind basic for some movement speed when the armor breaks so you can GTFO with your 2 seconds invincibility, and then in the final fugitive tree we take the mandatory 9 lives aced and then swan song basic. In the brawler section we spend some serious moolah, basically spending points in martial arts basic and pumping iron ace to get to berserker ace. Berserker ace when combined with a final skill frenzy we get some magic. Frenzy starts us off with only 30% of our health and we can't get any more. You'll see on your health bar that it's stuck at 30 and can only go lower. For the berserker skill, in order to activate 100% damage increase on our LMG, we need to be below 50% health. Well, Frenzy does that for us the entire time, so we automatically double our LMG damage. What Frenzy also does is gives us a 25% damage reduction from enemies, so we take a quarter less damage than normal. One concern with Frenzy is the small amount of health we have at all times now, but with the way Anarchist works anyway, we already have super weak health on higher difficulties, so once the armor is gone, our health isn't far behind anyways. To me, this is a great combination of skills. Hopefully, I explained the technical parts of these skills well enough to understand. The best way to see if you like them is to actually try them out. If you feel they don't do much or you die too quickly, probably switch them out and try something else. I've seen and tried many Anarchist variants and I do like the ICTV armor monster build. I just like having some good mobility and hate moving slow. There are many in-between armors to try out, so I really do think it's what you feel best with and only you know that. This applies to weapons too. Shotguns are also good here, but I feel LMGs are good with ammo pickup, the damage boost from berserker and body expertise, and the ability to keep shooting those massive ammo pools. Playstyle markers to be aware of is snipers again, and they will take you down when wearing the suit. They can wipe your armor and health out with what feels like one shot. Maybe it's if you're just missing a little armor, but damn, they've got some good shots. You can be daring with this build and continue to do as much damage as you can. Headshots preferably to keep your armor coming back. Even with exaggerated armor, you're still only a few shots away from being down, but that 2 seconds of invincibility can keep you in the game for sure. Map types here are pretty varied. Having areas of cover can help, but you also don't have to be fully scared of open spaces either unless snipers want a piece. Be bold with this one and go for gold. Goat Sim, Birth the Sky, Big Bank, you can do them all. Sorry, dude. Oh shit, big guy. I got one too, brother. I win. I win again. Sniper eliminated. It's the first time you said something that works. Yeah, dude, this is a good shout, dude. Got some good skills for it, too. Literally got all the skills you need for LMGs, too, so it's good. Oh shit. Oh, big guy over there. Woo. Dang. Noob. I need that ammo, bro. Go for it. Give me that ammo, bro beans. No beans.